Darren here from Behind the Label, and today we're going to discuss 3 simple tips for you setting up your new cafe. Tip number 1, do not rush into free equipment or leasing equipment at a great rate off a coffee supplier. I know capital can be very tight at the start when you're setting up your own business or cafe, but this can be detrimental to your company. What if the coffee that you like when you're setting up your cafe is not the coffee that the area likes, the community, they just for whatever reason just don't resonate with that coffee supplier and they don't go and buy coffee. Then you're left with equipment and a contract that you have tied yourself in for the next 3 years. And I understand, I get it, it can be attractive to get free equipment, but budget appropriately to get yourself equipment, even buy secondhand. I've seen it where, people have reached out saying, oh, our coffee sales are down, but I have a machine with X, is there anything you can do? And there's not really anything you can do unless you buy yourself out of that contract. So before you agree to any contracts, do look up alternative options, microfinance loans, or if you can lease it with no obligation to buy coffee from them. Then tip number 2 is your workflow and equipment. It's so important where you place your equipment for your workflow. A well thought out cafe can have one less person working in it for the same amount of turnover or for the same amount of output in terms of drinks. So when you're buying your coffee, please, or when you're buying your equipment and you're setting up your cafe, please do reach out to someone who has worked on workflow before. It's something we're really good at here in Behind the Label. I'll put an example up of a picture. Plan your cafe correctly and put a lot of time into planning your cafe to get the right equipment into the right places. And then one other thing when you're planning your equipment is if you have the right power. You need power, water and waste for a lot of equipment. So your espresso machine will need those 3 things. Not just a regular plug. A lot of the time machines can have regular plugs, but sometimes they're 3-phase, sometimes they're single phase. So just be careful of that. And then waste is a big job. Water is not that big of a job to get into areas of a building, but waste can be a big job. So just think of those 3 things: water, waste and power when you are setting up your cafe, and workflow is king. And then step number 3, so once you have those 2 done, is hire the right people. I can't emphasize enough how important it is to get the right people in the right places. I always tell customers to hire for attitude over experience. Experience is so important, of course, and if you can get both, win-win. But if you have someone with good experience, the wrong attitude, I would much rather get someone who has no experience and just has the right attitude to learn. Getting the right people in the place can be the key to success. And there's so many passionate baristas out there that will do a good job. At the minute, quality speaks. There's so many cafes out there. So if you're just a cafe doing another average product with people who don't want to be there, you're not going to get return customers. There's so many different places to go now. And myself, I look for quality or atmosphere. That's the 2 main things. If I enjoy going into a place to get a good coffee, I will go there. If I don't feel appreciated as a customer going in, I just won't go back. Again, there's so many different places. So these are 3 tips for you if you're setting up a cafe that you can easily get right at the start if you give it enough time and focus. So yeah, if you are setting up a cafe and you need help with any of those 3 things, please do reach out. We have a lot of experience in that and Behind the Label. So yeah, we love wholesale partners. We don't see it as a customer, we see it as a partner. If you are doing well, that means we're doing well. So I want you to do well, and in turn, that means Behind the Label as well. So it's a win-win. But yeah, 3 simple tips. Good luck and hope you enjoyed.